Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. My name is Spanj and today we're going to be featuring a little known creator called Napalm. Now, some of you might remember in an older video I featured one of Napalm's vehicles on one of my 10 must-have blueprint videos from a while back. So you might remember that as the SV Rigger. This is this little beast here. It's quite, I featured it because it's just a cool looking SV and I really liked how unique it looked. How vulnerable it looked, which is a weird thing to like, but with me, I like things that look like they've got a cool story, and the SV Rigger was certainly one of those. But we're not here to look at this thing today. Just wanted to remind you where Napalm came from, really. We're actually stood on one of his bases. This is the Scavenger Base, and what I'll do, all these builds and stuff, I'll link down below in the video description, so head on to the workshop and you can check them out for yourself. This is the Scavenger Base. We're gonna have a quick look around it in here, but we're not here to see this thing really either. I just wanted to give you guys a sort of general overview of Napalm's build style and some of the observations I've made within it. Now, and this Scavenger Base is sort of a mid-tier base to higher. It doesn't require a great deal of the advanced materials, but it does require some. 13 Erestrum zirconium. Yeah, you're looking at sort of 7,000 silicon for all the glass that it uses, and a fair bit of iron and stone dust as well. But nothing that is really late game. The only thing I would point out is it has no grow plots in this base, but doesn't mean you can't put some in here. Anyway, let's have a quick look around, because this isn't the main feature of this video. And we can see that it's a little bit of a weird layout, but the space is all used. And it's used quite uniquely and well. And I really like the way that he's used these heavy window blocks, like around these stairs and stuff like that. Little details. I might question his choice of color scheme, but let's not get into that. Another really good use of the heavy window blocks in this walkway over here, which sort of bridges between two parts of the base. What I like about this base is how it looks like it's kind of cobbled together from pieces. I suppose that's why it's called the Scavenger Base. Here we got a nice walkway, again some heavy window blocks, and we can look down. We've got some furnaces going on there, solar capacitors and stuff like that. And generally it just looks like quite a alive place. There's a lot going on here. So we've got some constructors in here, cargo boxes, everything sort of spread out, higgledy-piggledy, as you might say. Again, good use of the heavy window blocks, other blocks, truss, piping, and everything like that. So hopefully now you're starting to get a kind of impression of how Napalm builds. It isn't pristine. It isn't that clean, really. It's actually, this is why I like it. It's kind of rough, you know, it's used, it's worn. Here we got another SV that he's built. Again, I really like it. It's asymmetrical. It's kind of rough. It isn't sleek or clean. You've got this huge engine right in the sort of center middle of the ship. Where the hell's the cockpit? It's actually tucked away down under here. It's pretty cool. It's quite unique. So I just really like the look of it, and that's why I wanted to bring the attention to Napalm here, because I think he's done a really good job. Let's have a look inside this one. This one is the Banshee Heavy Fighter. It's nice Class 2 SV, unlocked 20, so quite high level, with some Zask and Erestrum up in the 500s. But inside, it continues to be pretty cool. We've got some nice little features here, like a bunk sort of stashed up there. A really good use of space, what limited space there is. The only problem I'd say with this sort of tight, confined space inside an SV is that if it's on a slight wonk to one side, you probably won't be able to get down that corridor, and then, you know, inside the cockpit, vision is limited. But you can't. It looks cool. It looks damn cool. I love the use of the half blocks, pipe-in truss blocks, all sort of melded in to make a really cool looking engine compartment and stuff. But anyway, we're not here to look at this SV either, even though it is pretty cool. So let's head back into the base. And we can see down here again we've got some good use of the different blocks, and I love how this looks like some kind of ore chute. You throw ore down here and it would end up in the furnace. I love that. Great little detail. Cargo boxes here that look like they're on some kind of conveyor belt and stuff like that. It's neat. It is neat. And lighting effects on these, I don't know what to call them, braces and supports, I guess. Again, look pretty damn cool. And this comes out, and this base has got a drawbridge. So I don't know if this was built in a survival mode game or what, but that is pretty cool. Nice little drawbridge to that bit there. But let's move on. We are actually here today to look at this, the Jinx-Class Explorer CV. This is a Class 6 capital vessel, and it looks really cool. And it's, before I get any further into it, it's definitely not PvP approved. This is a very much early to mid PvE ship. It's not overly expensive. Let me just turn my flashlight on, so we're getting a bit dark here. So we've got 10,000 iron, sathium, la da 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 da. You've got a bit of Erestrum zirconium, so it's not early game. You could probably get it, you know, as you find your first couple of deposits. And we've got 16 grow plots in there as well, so that's good. But yeah, size class 6, like I say, max output 200 megawatts. You can see all the stats here. I'm not going to read them out to you. It is only armed, however, with flak, cannon and minigun turrets, plus also the anti-personnel turrets there. So it's not overly well armed, and obviously we've already seen it's not overly well armored either. But this thing looks brilliant. This is why I sort of brought it in to have a look. I wanted to show you guys. It's a good looking ship, and it is very much in the style of Napalm, and everything else that we see over there is all in the same style, and I really like it. His use of sort of blocks, different blocks with the truss, with devices and things like that, I think work really well visually. So I just look at those engines, they look really cool. Anyway, we're going to have a quick look inside, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take this thing into a survival game mode, and we're going to see if we can get it blown up and see how she performs. So we've got a nice little hangar here, and it is a little hangar. These sort of truss blocks, they look great and stuff, but they are actually quite restrictive if you want to get a sort of decent sized SV in here. But you know, you can only get something in that fits through that hangar door anyway. But if you want to get, say, like a good hover miner in here and a good SV, you might have a bit of a squeeze. But this is a good looking hangar bay. I like it. These little orange doors here, they don't go anywhere. They're just like little maintenance hatches that go back outside. So nice little detail. These ones go off to various side rooms on the side of the ship, but I'll come back to those in a minute because I want to focus on the middle first. Outside is symmetrical, inside is not. This is an internally asymmetrical design, and I'll show you the asymmetry soon. But first of all, the first room you come across, if we stick to the center, there's a warp core. We've got some nice texturing detail going on. We've got some O2 tanks hidden around there, and this glass little walkway is quite cool. I like it. Now we've got elevators down the left and the right that do go down to the warp core and sort of the warp fuel tanks. There's nothing else really down here. It's just mostly maintenance, I guess. So let's head back up and carry on forward through this door here. And we got another cool walkway, and we saw this in the base, didn't we? The use of the heavy windows to create this cool walkway. I like the use of the cryo boxes, more heavy windows over the top, and we've got some consoles there as well. Very nice. Got a little step over that, and this is the bridge. Use of these railing blocks I really like. That's quite cool. The deco, spot the RCS. There's a cargo box tucked away in there. There's a ventilator there, although I do believe this half block is actually airtight, so I'm not sure if that's functional, but yeah, that isn't, so that will work. Truss blocks, consoles, you name it, it's here pretty much. And yeah, heavy windows to the front, which is an interesting one, because if we go back outside, you've got this kind of guard rail truss blocks basically over the window, which is quite interesting. Not quite combat approved, but I see where he's going with it. We've got a random armor locker down here, some more consoles. Again, RCS is tucked away in some crew bunks and a clone chamber. Oh, and a fridge. I didn't notice that the first time I came through here. There we go. Every time you come through this ship, you find something new that you didn't see last time. So it's quite a unique little bridge. It's tiny. There's only 3 chairs in here, so you might want to add some passenger seats if you're playing co-op with other people, but you would probably drive it from this seat here, which gives you a nice view all around the ship. And there you go, you can see it's a pretty cool looking boat. Pretty cool looking. Back through this cool walkway down the neck of the ship, back through our oh, I didn't go up there actually, did I? I forgot that this goes up as well and then comes to this section here, which is also still the middle, but this is above the hangar bay. And this is kind of like a little medical area. You've got some medical benches and stuff here stuck to the walls. You've also got random cargo crates stuck to the walls. And this area, you've got a couple of doors here that I believe go out into some maintenance areas. We've got some more RCS's generators. That's a thruster, and yeah, that is outside. So this wouldn't be airtight in here. Not somewhere you want to be going when you're in space. But it's like good maintenance access. And again, there's that cargo box that we saw earlier. And the same on the other side. Maintenance access, same sort of thing. So that's quite cool. So that's just above the hangar. Those doors take us back to the warp core. But if we go through these ones on the side, let's start with the orange one first and we'll go through the blue one later. So we've got a constructor in here, harvest box, which is good. This goes into our garden on the side. Let's go check this door out here. I don't think I've actually been through here. What is through door number C3? There we go, we've got another little maintenance section that goes through the arm that we saw on the front of the ship. So that's pretty cool. Nothing really to do here, but it's nice that you've got access to it. This seems to be an elevator down to some cargo area. See, I've been through this ship already, but I didn't know that was there. So that's new. Every time you explore this thing, you find something new. It's crazy. That's really cool. So, yeah, we've got... There's another bleeding hatch down there. There's doors everywhere. Hey guys, let me show you this ship, and I don't even know it inside out. I've been through it twice. This is a cool little hatch to the roof of the ship, which is nice, in case you needed to get up there. Double airlock. Let's head down here then and see where this goes. So this is the, I think this is the only constructor on the ship. This hatch goes down into that cargo room. Or is it a different cargo room? Ah, yes. There we go. We're back in the hangar. Yay, we've done full circle. I remember now. Sorry, I came through that way before. There we go. Oh, look. Hey, I found something. This is a nice little core room. And that is the orange door side. Let's go through the blue door side. So it's kind of like an engineering, manufacturing, food processing kind of area. And this is like the living area. So we've got our food processors here. We've got some nice seating, fridges and bunks and stuff there, you know. Stuff you probably won't really use all that much. But nice to have some showers and stuff. And if we go up the stairs... Just over here. We got some more living. Pink. Why pink? I don't know why pink. Questionable color choices. But other than that, I think everything is pretty damn good. And this door goes to the other arm of the ship. Just like on the other side. And again, down to this. But this time we've got a gravity generator and fuel tanks. Check out the last door, which is the orange door here. And this goes outside on this side. There we go. That is the Jinx-Class. So you can see how it's kind of like, it's symmetrical through the middle, but either side of it is somewhat different. There's a little bit confusing on the inside, but then any new ship would be, and probably take a little while to get used to. which is why it's such a joy to build your own ships, because then you know where everything is. But this is a very good looking, and it seems reasonably equipped, although I think I would have preferred if there was maybe one more constructor in here. I'll just check the P menu a second. Yeah, just the one constructor. He's done some custom groupings here, which is nice. So we've got 35 cargo boxes. We've got the turrets grouped by space and planet. Tool turrets, which include the multi and drill turrets. And everything else seems to be in pretty standard groups. What's that? Hovering. We've got 1 hour 36 on a hovering on a 1G planet. It might be slightly short on fuel capacity. That is pretty much everything I need to show you from this side of the ship. So let's take it into space. And let's go find something to pick on. Or for something to pick on us. Let's see how the Jinx handles itself. Okay, so I brought the Jinx into space here. I'm using the map command to find some targets. The first thing that we're going to come up against is a freighter. I've taken to the captain's chair. We're fully armed, fully fueled, and fully ready to go. But I did notice something weird, and I don't know if this is my client or something weird with how the blueprint was saved. But when I click V on my keyboard, my camera ends up down here, which is odd. Obviously the bridge is quite low, I suppose, on the craft, but I would prefer if it was above the craft, say around about there. For some reason, it seems to be down there. Now you can adjust this just by pressing the page up key about a gazillion thousand million times. Oh, we're about to fly past our target. I wish you could press and hold it. That would be nice. Right. Hang on. Oh, Jesus, that's still not good. Hey, here's the butt of this ship. Scroll all out. Maybe page up a few more times. That's a little bit better. There we go. So yeah, that's something you might have to watch out for. Let's see about configuring these turrets, shall we? So we've got AP turrets. Well, they're already set. Planet, they're kind of already set. I don't want them targeting warp drives or thrusters or generators at this point. Let's just concentrate on the weapons, and they are also set to weapons. I did not click apply to group. I must remember to do that. So there we go. Okay, turrets configured. The enemy ship was just in front of us. It seems to have disappeared. There it is. Seems to be rather close to this CB cluster drone, so we'll have to be careful here. But here we go. Normally, I'd do this with an SV because, you know, it's a lot more fuel efficient, and SV is somewhat more effective at taking turrets out, in my opinion. But let's see how the Jinx handles a freighter. I think this thing's only got a few turrets on it, but here we go. Our flak turrets are opening up. We've taken out the drones already. Got some good maneuverability, but this thing is actually quite fast, this freighter. Guys, is it even armed? It is. I see a turret on the left hand side, but my guns don't seem to be firing at it. It's a ghost freighter. Oh, that's really annoying. Look at that. Do you guys ever encounter that on your games? It's so irritating. So this ship doesn't actually exist. Okay, well let's that's really crap, isn't it? Let's move on. Let's hope another one does. Where's that CV cluster drone that we were going to go near? There it is, down there. Right, this one's going to spit out a lot of drones though, that's for sure. No, this definitely not a ghost ship because it's shooting at us. So here we go. We definitely need to angle the ship here. Get all guns to bear if we can. Whoa! Hello, Mr. Drone. And you a bit friendly. How about go away? Come on, Jinx, you can do it. Take those turrets out, please. There you go. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, you seem to be focusing on the turret on the top side. Oh. Did I ram that? Yeah, well, never mind. This thing is quite quick as well. I'm like having to keep the thrust on permanently to stay up with it. Turrets, can you deal with these turrets, please? That would be great. That would be great. I gotta remember where the flak turrets are. I think they're on the left and right hand side. But I've got one there that's... Oh, he's only just woken up. There he goes. So it's... Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one to try and... I don't know which way is the best way to angle the ship to get the guns to shoot, you know? Come on. You can do it, boys. Well, I've lost something. I think I've lost that fuel tank that was exposed on the left. I mean, that would make sense. There we go. We finally got rid of that top turret. Can we get rid of the other one now? I've lost something else. Something else has gone pop. Come on, turrets. Wake up. We've got one on the bottom that they seem to be dealing with. Let's deal with that then, shall we? Switching sides because I figure if I try and spread the damage out on these laser turrets as much as possible, they won't be able to do so much. But it's a theory. Spin upside down. Get all the turrets going. There we go. That's the trick. It's got to be on top of you, I think. That's the best angle. Right. So the turrets are down, but we have taken quite a bit of damage there, I think. Somewhat due to my not knowing the ship, not knowing to position things on top. We got sort of good turret coverage by the looks of it. We've got the ones on the bottom there as well. But yeah. I think I took quite a lot of return fire. So it's definitely the top end of the ship that you want to be the one doing all the shooting. Because you get that top rear flak turret going and you get the side ones going as well. And suddenly you can do a lot more shooting. Not that I would advise taking this thing into combat. I think it's capable of defending itself if it gets set upon, but you probably want to make tracks away from whatever's shooting you as soon as possible, in all honesty. But if you were just crazy enough to take this thing into combat, you could take CV cluster drone out with it. And probably more. I thought we lost that fuel tank, but that seems to still be there. We've even still got our antenna on the front there, so that seems to be okay. And, most importantly, our spotlights. Blocks around here have taken some damage. Looks like we've lost some here because that is an exposed RCS. Can we figure out what was there? Yeah, small thrusters. Small thrusters have been destroyed on the sides of the bridge there. We've taken damage on the bridge. Looks like something was actually trying to shoot me, which is always nice. It's, you know, what can you expect from CV cluster drone and plasma drones? Not an awful amount, to be honest, but it is quite difficult, it seems, by the turret placement to get a good firing solution on that. That might just be my inexperience with this ship. Like I said, I think if you position what you want to shoot on the top quarter of your ship, then you're going to get your two minigun turrets there. Hopefully these two side flak turrets as well, if you're far enough away, and this one on the back as well. If you position things underneath the ship, yeah, well, you might get them flak turrets again if you're far enough away, but you're probably unlikely to get that cannon and this minigun engaged, because if it's directly below you or slightly in front of you below you, you're not going to be able to get all of them enough gun depression to shoot it. So it's a bit of an awkward one on the underside of the ship. But from the top, I think you've got the best possible firing angle if you do need to take this thing into combat. But if you're after just a very nice looking and reasonably well equipped early to mid-game CV, the Jinx is a very nice looking machine and will serve you quite well by the looks of it. And there we go. That is the Jinx-Class Explorer and a few other builds by Napalm. Linked to all the things that I featured there down below. Check him out in the workshop. I think he's very an underrated builder. I really like his stuff. I really like the story behind it and the general sort of look of it. Like I said before, they're kind of rough, you know, and I really like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.